Talk about the time in your life. You decide to go in on that audition for Francis Ford Coppola. And standing in the room there, the other guys that auditioned for that movie, Tom Cruise, Emilio Estevez, Dennis Quaid, Scott Baio, and Tommy Howell. That's a pretty fucking crazy group, right?
Mickey Rourke. I mean, any actor from 35 to 15
was there.
Not only there, but there while you auditioned.
What do you mean? You mean they wait in the waiting room?
No.
They're watching your audition?
Room? We're in a big sound studio. Francis had just bought a studio.
Zoetrope. Right.
And he had us sit in chairs like a big circle.
Now, is that unusual?
Unheard of.
Why did he do that?
Because Francis does whatever he wants to do.
And were you nervous being in that group?
Are you kidding? I mean, I'm saying every single actor you could. Timothy Hutton, who had just did Ordinary People, everybody.
And if a guy fucks up and does a bad audition,
done.
and you're done.
Over.
Oh, that's it. And would they laugh at you? Would they ridicule a guy if he was bad?
No, it'd be deadly silent.
It'd
just be like, and then Francis would literally point to somebody and say, "You up, you sit." So sort of like
did he
musical.
have you reading with each other?
And then changing your part, and then say, "Okay, great, now read this other part," which you hadn't prepared for.
Oh my God! And you got the movie.
I did.
That had to be a big boost to you, right?
It was, I mean, I didn't know which was more exciting, that I had survived that competition or that I was actually going to be in this movie.
Did anybody screw up that day that you remember?
Yeah.
Who screwed up?
Well, the screen tests are out there on YouTube. They're kind of out there.
Right?
Yeah.
And they're really, really interesting. And I'll never forget Tom Cruise auditioning for my role for Sodapop. And in the middle of the big speech, just going, "You know what? I'm so sorry. I just need to stop. This just isn't working for me." And I thought, "Isn't working for you?"
You don't do that.
I was like, "Wow,
wow, that's unbelievable."
But that speaks to who Tom is, man.
He's Tom Cruise.
He's gnarly. He's a killer in a great way.
Is that why he's such a success?
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
He has such a great sense of who he is.
He has a great sense of who he's just driven and doesn't suffer those kind of insecure foibles. And
you're good friends with him still, right?
Yeah, I think he's I don't see him as much as I'd like, but I think he's amazing. And he was all those guys on that movie. They're like the guys who in my fraternity at college.
Right.
You know, I can go my whole life. I ran into Ralph Macchio. I was doing the East Street Radio.
Right.
And Ralphie came in, and we were the two
Karate Kid.
We were the Springsteen nerds on the movie. So
right.
Anytime I see any of the guys, I'm just ecstatic.
Diane Lane was in that movie.
Oh my gosh!
Now that is one of the great beauties of our time, right?
All time, still is.
Were you in love with her instantly when you saw her?
She wouldn't give any of us the time of day.
Is that true?
Oh, Matt Dillon tried to close it. I think he did like 4 movies after that just to try to close it.
And he's a closer.
I think the scripts were shitty, but he was like, "Diane in it? Great. This is going to be the movie where it's going to happen."